feel like nobody is noticing why the Seattle Seahawks are the best team in football, right? And it comes down to a bunch of different things, if we're being honest, but specifically in my eyes, it's the way they dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. Take a look at this play right here, right? You got Byron Murphy, you got Jarron Reed, you got DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams. They've got Mike Morris, right? They've got a bunch of guys that can dominate you at the line of scrimmage. So when the Rams come out in this 13 personnel set, 1 running back, 3 tight ends, and they want to pound it down your throat, you can't. You just can't. They've got too many guys that are going to just demoralize you, right? And right here, the middle of the field is completely done. Our corner, right? Josh Job, I don't know exactly how to say his name, but he does a great job containing the boundary, containing the edge, and making the tackle. DeMarcus Lawrence also helps him out as well. Guys, in this game, they had 28 stuffs. 28 stops, which means, or stops, I guess you call them stops, which means they were able to stop the Rams from gaining more than 2 yards on 28 plays. That is unbelievable. And when you look at the Seattle Seahawks defense so far this season, what is the one thing we notice here, guys? Not only do they rank second in points per game, but they also rank second in points allowed per game. They have a top 2 offense and a top 2 defense. When you look at potential Super Bowl contenders, usually they rank top 5 in offense, top 5 in defense. That is exactly what you have here in the Seattle Seahawks. But they also rank number 1 in yards allowed per carry. They rank number 2 in rushing touchdowns allowed per game. They rank number 7 in QB sack percentage allowed, which means they have one of the best offensive lines in football when it comes to protecting Sam Darnold. Guys, this team is good enough to win it all. And we're going to break down exactly why in this video. Before we really lock in and dive into some of the film, I'm going to break down the defense. Do me a big time favor. Hit the like button if you want more Seattle videos. But most importantly, comment down below. Do you think this team has what it takes, has the personnel to win it all this season? Yes or no? Let's dive in. Take a look at this play right here. So obviously Byron Murphy is our zero tech. I guess you can call him a nose or even a 2-gapper here, which means he is responsible for both A gaps on this play. Essentially, they're going to be in a full slide of their offensive line in this direction as they motion Puka this way. They're going to crack back a tight end. I believe it's this one, this side, just trying to confuse this defense a little bit. Watch how well not only Byron Murphy does, but more importantly, Jarron Reed. He's going to play a huge role. Drake Thomas is going to play a huge role, and so is Ernest Jones here on this play. So essentially, as we get the pre-snap motion, you see Ernest Jones rotate over a little bit, slide over a little bit. That's fine. But as this happens, you see Byron Murphy take away 2 offensive linemen. Now, it doesn't, demoralize these guys, but whenever you can take 2 offensive linemen away on a play like this, that is huge. Ernest Jones is going to get back, play this running lane. Drake Thomas is going to fill. Jarron Reed's going to disengage. We've got a free edge rusher in DeMarcus Lawrence. Not edge rusher, but trying to stop the run here. Look at the job here. We fill the gap, force it back to Jarron Reed, and these guys are able to stop him in the backfield for a 0-yard pickup. Again, the defense does everything for this team when it comes to stopping the run. Again, you don't just magically rank number 1 in the NFL in yards per carry, right? You don't rank number 2 in the NFL in rushing touchdowns allowed per game. You don't rank number 3 in rush yards allowed per game just coincidentally. This team is unbelievable when it comes to stopping the run, and yeah, we got a lot more to look at. Another one, nasty. Right, we got a combo block here, we got a combo block here, we got a one-on-one here. I believe we got second level, 13 personnel. We can tell. You got 2 tight ends here, 1 tight end here, 1 running back, 13 personnel. The Rams always, right? They're the team that wants to just run it right up the gut and say, we're bigger, we're stronger, we're more physical than you. And I feel like Seattle was one of those teams that were just like, nope, you're not. Again, combo block. Look at how quickly our guy here is able to just explode off the line of scrimmage. This is why Byron Murphy is such a good player. As a 2-gapper, again, being able to play both A-gaps, explodes off the center. Now, doesn't ultimately wrap him up there, but clears out a lane for Ernest Jones, right? Because the center's trying to get rid of him. We got a free lane through the second level from Ernest Jones, and he's able to wrap him up in the backfield for a -1-yard loss. Once again, finding ways to beat you in the run game, even though you think you're better than us, right? Really quickly, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel. It is free. Doesn't cost anything. We will be covering the Seattle Seahawks throughout the entirety of the year. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns. Like, I could do a whole video just on Byron Murphy. This dude is nasty. So if you want more of those videos, let me know in the comments down below. Turn on your post notifications. That way you're notified when we do post more videos of the Seattle Seahawks. And let's keep going. Okay, once again, 13 personnel. We got 3 tight ends here to the strong side. We got nose here and Byron Murphy, 2-gapper. Got both sides. Leonard Williams is going to do a really good job in this play, because essentially what he's got to do is read where the running back is. So as he engages, you're going to see him peek through the little shoulder gap, right, of the offensive line in the tight end. And essentially, he's going to know exactly what to do, because this running back could either break here, he could break this to the outside, he could break it over here. I mean, he's got so many different ways he can attack this defense. So as Leonard Williams is able to read and react, he's able to extend his arms, create separation, and be able to rip through. Now, we already see tight end's eyes go to the second level in Ernest Jones, which means he gets a little bit easier of a job breaking to the inside. So, boom, that's exactly what he does. Byron Murphy, same thing. Plugs up the middle of the field. He gets 2 guys on him once again. I mean, rips. Look at this. He rips this dude off him. I mean, what in the world is Byron Murphy? What is this guy? Also, by the way, he had 6 pressures on the quarterback. 6. Guy's a beast. The dude's a monster of a human being. And they end up, again, picking up 0 yards on this play. Unbelievable. Wait, did Byron Murphy just tackle this? Oh my god, dude. He just threw down this guard, whatever he was. Throws him into the dirt. Byron Murphy is a beast. Week 14 of the NFL season is officially here, and I am super excited because I wanted to share my picks with you for this weekend's slate of games. I've been using the Sleeper app. They are amazing. Their odds are amazing. Everything about them is super amazing. First of all, if you use my code DUBS, you're going to get a 100% match up to $100, which means if you put in 100, they're going to give you 100 to use, which is insane. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50, right? It's so easy. I would sign up just for that alone, just for the extra play bonuses, right? But this is my pick for this weekend. Okay, Joe Burrow, 1 passing touchdown versus Buffalo. I could see this being a high-scoring game. I like this. I don't think it's gonna be too difficult to get that. Jamar Chase is coming off a rough week. I think he's going to have a big day, but I only have 50 yards. I feel like that's simple. That could be just 1 catch for a guy like Jamar Chase versus Buffalo. Again, high-scoring game. JSN versus Atlanta. JSN had a terrible week last week. He's going to bounce back. We all know it. Rashee Rice, 50 yards versus Houston. Listen, Kansas City cannot lose this game. If they lose this game, season is over. Season is wraps. Out the window. They need to win this game. Rashee Rice is their best playmaker. He's going to get the ball. Bucky Irving, right? 2nd game back versus the Saints. I think they could run up the score versus New Orleans, and I think Bucky will score at least 1 touchdown. I have 30 to win 90. I think this is fair. I don't think it's too bad. Let me know what you guys think. And again, use promo code DUBS, right? Use promo code DUBS. You'll get a 100% match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply, and see Sleeper's terms of use for details. It's currently operational in about 25 states, so make sure you guys check out Sleeper today. This is when the Rams started to get a little bit too comfortable with their lead. They kept coming out in this 13 personnel. They kept trying to come out in these sets to just run the football. Wasn't working at all for the most part. After we got to the 4th quarter, it was like everything just kind of stopped working for a little bit. And right here, look at Leonard Williams do a really good job reading, reacting. He sees the full slide or the power off to the left here. And as that's happening, he's just reading, trying to read. Where's the running back going? Are you going to break this to the outside? Are you going to cut back to the inside? Are you going to utilize your cutback lane? Look at that. Stops perfectly. Great job by Leonard Williams. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to rip through or kind of spin off his block here. That's what happens when you put a tight end on him, and then he's able to make the stop in the backfield. So just a really good job by the 2nd level linebackers. Look at Drake Thomas. Right, look at Ernest Jones. The one thing these linebackers need to be able to do is read, react, and then attack without overcommitting too early. You see how he's not just attacking. That puts you in a lot of dangerous situations. You want to be able to wait until the running back makes his decision, right? Now, it works out here. It probably would have worked out even if they did commit early. But sometimes if you overcommit too early, you could put your team in a really tough spot. But right here, ends up paying off for them. Great job once again, this team, man. Even in the past game, fourth quarter, they came to play. Another 13 personnel, just more spread out wide. You got Puka as your lone wide receiver, and ultimately, we're just gonna be able to beat this left man, right? They got man-to-man to the top side, slide right, and ultimately, we beat him in the inside. Left guard gets cooked, and DeMarcus Lawrence cooks the left tackle. Both cook, force a bad pass into the dirt. Again, not only their ability to stop the run in this game was really dominant, but also their ability to create pressure on the quarterback and make Matthew Stafford very just uncomfortable. Didn't allow him to have too much time at all in this fourth quarter. But really, it was the offense that really were able to, it was a combination, I guess you could say. The offense started to light it up, and the defense started to light it up at the very same time, very same point of this game. So I do want to give credit to both sides of the football. But one thing that's very important, guys, to being a Super Bowl contender is being able to find ways to win football games, okay? There's a lot of teams out there that are really, really good, but they find ways to lose. This team finds ways to win. That is extremely important, extremely. So, in my opinion, personally, I think the Seattle Seahawks are good enough to win it all this season. I really do. Whenever you have a top 5 offense, top 5 defense, and you find ways to win, yeah, you're going to be in a lot of games. And right here, again, stop the run. If you can take away a team's, I'll call it, take away a team's unpredictability, it's huge, right? If the team you're playing cannot run the football, and, maybe they're losing by 14 or whatever it may be, and they just run the football is not working. Now you know. Now you know that their versatility's gone. You have the upper hand, you have the advantage, and that's what they do to you, man. They take the lead because they score a lot of points, and then they make you unpredictable. They make that versatility go out the window. Don't matter if you're a great running team or a bad running team. You won't be able to run the football on them. That's what happens, man. Seattle, one of the best teams in the NFL this year. Let me know if you guys think differently. And honestly, if they were able to run the ball a little bit better, they rank 27th right now in rush yards per game. If they ranked a little bit better on that stat, this team would be unbeatable. Unbeatable. Crazy to think about. And they do throw a good amount of interceptions here. So definitely want to fix that. That could be their downfall. Okay, if you throw your 29th in the NFL in interceptions thrown, definitely want to fix that. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.